You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily, and we are now going into our communities to, look at some challenges that we have. I don't know the state of the traffic lights in your community. Now, I don't know if you've also noticed that we keep recording, faulty traffic lights by the day. Now, where I live is no exception. Now, David is somewhere in the capital, and he will be joining us, to give us a report on how dangerous this is and the kind of confusion that faulty traffic lights, are causing on our roads. Hi, David.
Hello, Frema. Good morning.
Good morning once again. Where exactly are you?
Well, I am on the Ring Road East, Ring Road Central, actually. Now, directly opposite the Nima police station.
Okay.
Now, of course, Nima police station is one of the very busy, active police stations within the city of Accra. And then next door to the Nima police station is the residence of the first gentleman of the country. Now, the traffic lights here are actually not working. Every single traffic light here is dead, okay, and has been for some weeks now. Now, I don't use this place that often, but as long as I've used it in the last few weeks, the lights have not been working, okay, and Frema, I ask myself the question, if in front of the president's house,
Yeah.
The people who run these traffic lights are not, they don't have enough should I say respect for their jobs,
Fear
to make
in
sure
them.
that at least these lights work. Yes, then as for us, then we should forget about our issues.
No, so I just complain about my traffic lights, but considering that the traffic light right in front of the president's house is faulty, I've just killed my expectations,
Yeah. No, I mean, it's unbelievable. And this has been off for weeks. It's not as if it just went off last night and we are coming to make noise about something. It's been off for weeks and weeks on end. And then instead of the policemen, being used in productive work, this is the work that policemen are doing. When there are supposed to be lights to do this, we are using precious man hours of intelligent policemen who have been trained to do work in the city of Accra to do this.
Well,
this
David,
is what we are doing.
I share in your frustration, but we have Anas Saidu, my colleague from the City Newsroom. Anas is our security correspondent and is right here. Anas, welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Thank you.
Anas, how do you feel, you deal with the security agencies and right in front of the Nima police station, one of the busiest police stations in the capital, right in front of the president's house. The traffic light is not working. What does this mean?
Thank you very much, Frema. The work of the police service, part of their duties is to control traffic.
Yeah.
And in the wisdom of managers or management of the cities, they put in traffic lights to do that. There are even times when traffic lights are functioning, you still see MTTD officers there trying to manually manage the flow of traffic.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? Because they realize the lights in itself at the time, though it's programmed to stop and let people go at a minute or 2 minutes, that's not helping the traffic. But for the traffic light to be faulty, as it stands now, Ghana is way below the UN standard of police to citizen ratio.
Yes.
We are doing about 800 to 1 when we are supposed to be doing 500 to 1.
Yeah.
So if additional responsibility is on the police MTTD to manage a place like Nima, you don't need a police officer there to manage traffic when the lights are working.
Yeah.
As we speak now, from the Lekma Road on the Teshi Road, due to the constructions there, that whole stretch has an issue with the traffic light not functioning.
Yeah.
Labadi, when you get there, is chaotic. And I don't think the urban roads who are in charge or who is in charge of managing these traffic lights can do anything about that because of ongoing constructions. But a place like Nima, my own search and probe, I've asked questions, I have friends within the management of these traffic lights, that's the urban roads, and they've revealed to me that the specific case of Nima has to do with the batteries. It's on solar. It's not on ECG.
Yeah, yeah.
It's on solar.
Like hydropower.
And the batteries that are supposed to store power and reuse it are weak. And the contractor has been asked to replace that. And they are working on it to get it replaced.
I'm laughing because I can't cry. You know, because sometimes the kind of explanation you are giving to some of our issues are unbelievable.
So that's why when you realize when the sun is high, the solar panels are able to get power. The batteries will also get power. But when the sun goes down, there's a likelihood that because of the weakness of the batteries, they are unable to store more power to be able to work. And I understand that the process is underway for them to procure new batteries to replace that.
When you spoke to them, what did they say?
That I can't answer.
Because you see, my concern is, when we were installing solar panel lights, we knew that there would be rainy season. We knew that during the rainy season, we would not be having so much sunlight, you know, to power these things. We didn't make any provision for that, and we didn't also know that some of these traffic lights are at very busy places, you know, mostly at intersections, and that is what makes it very dangerous.
And even if you look at that, it's not only at the Nima traffic light.
Yes.
Along that stretch, moving towards Paloma side, and even around the Societe General Bank area, most of the traffic lights there are not working. And the number of accidents recorded there are a lot on daily basis. Cars hitting another one because there are others coming from the regional NDC office onto the road, and somebody had to stop. For me, I think the excuses are too much.
Exactly.
The traffic light should not malfunction for more than 2 days. It should be fixed. These MTTD people are supposed to be at bus stops. They are supposed to even be at places that's causing more traffic on our roads. But they are where we have used a lot of money to install traffic lights to manage them. For me, it's a no-no, and work must be done. These faulty traffic lights must be restored.
But do you realize that there are some traffic lights that, you know, I don't know what they also want to explain to us. You know, the traffic lights, you get the lights, 2 lights are on, red is on, green is on.
Even the traffic light on the Adabraka.
Exactly,
here,
yes.
For about a week now, it's been red. Always red from, if you are coming from Circle, it's always red. So you will come and park there for about 3 minutes, only for a trotro person to come and honk at you and drive past. Then you realize that it is faulty. Then you also have to drive past.
Look, I can mention some areas, you know. The Abofu Achimota traffic light has been off. Now we've lost count of how many weeks, you know, because now when you're coming, you have to do your own calculation, watch around, because some of these places, you can't have police MTTD there all the time. So they come in at certain times, you know, and they leave. And you realize that, now, let me also ask you how dangerous this is, you know, for innocent residents who feel they need to step in and help. You know, sometimes we just have people come in begging for money, just trying to bring some sanity, but nobody's even minding them. Now, if these people in an unfortunate situation get hurt, whose responsibility will that be?
You see, I think in our inability to make sure things work, we breed lawlessness.
Yes.
How do we do it? We end up giving a lot of people the opportunity to do the wrong thing, and we all believe they are doing the right thing. Why am I saying that? For instance, you get to an intersection that's supposed to be managed by a traffic light. The traffic light is faulty. You're supposed to get a police officer there to manage the traffic light. Because of the schedule, for instance, the police officer has been assigned from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. After 3 p.m., they are off. They are off duty. They have to go home. After 3 p.m., if you are still there and something happened, and somebody alleged that you've collected money from them, they will ask you, what time were you supposed to be there?
Well,
you're supposed to leave for people to come and be on the road. People who know nothing about traffic management, be on the road with a branch of some tree,
be somewhere and start doing this to people.
They will look at the lanes. The lane that has bigger cars,
nice cars,
see,
you know, where they can give them money.
They'll ask that lane to come, then they will salute them. At least something will drop from 1 city, 5 city, 10 cities. So that is lawlessness.
You know, so David has moved to another faulty traffic lights. So we go back to David and find out. I think now he is at the Cathedral overpass. David, is that where you are? And what is the state of the traffic lights there?
Well, I'm here on one end of the Kanda overpass, precisely at the Atlantis Radio Sunny FM junction. Now you can see here a number of things I've noticed since I got here. Some of the lights are working, other lights are not working. So what typically happens is that people have to guess for themselves whether the light that is not working is their turn to go or not to go. All right. I saw a situation a few minutes ago before you came to me, where one man slowed down towards the traffic lights, and then he was about to go, and not realizing that the vehicles on the other side, it was their turn to go, and so there was almost an accident that was about to take place right here. But there's no policeman here. Unlike the Nima police station side, there's no policeman here, and I think that it's unfortunate because this one is even more precarious.
Yeah.
Because the other one, there's no lights working. This one, some of the lights are working, so it gives people a certain sense of false security that we are okay. But then, if you are new here and you don't realize that this is a situation that's going on here, you can easily end up in an accident right in the middle here. It can easily be in an accident right here. All right, so this is the Sunny FM Atlantis Radio Junction, just on one end of the Kanda overpass. And it's a very unfortunate situation. Some people have been paid and they're collecting their salary every month, to make sure that these lights work. Somehow or the other, it's not being done. I'm not sure. Right up here, there's a pedestrian walk and the traffic lights that guides the pedestrians to cross. Okay, and as you know, in Ghana, zebra crossings are even a challenge for drivers. We don't know whether we should stop or we shouldn't stop. Nobody enforces these laws. And the pedestrian one that will also give people the confidence that they can cross at this point, because it's green for them, they won't cross. And this is the problem. This is what is going on. So honestly, Frema, I am at a loss for words.
No, I see a cable.
Describe the situation.
I even see a cable hanging. It looks like, well, the life of that traffic light is off. You can see that pole next to you, that traffic light.
Yes,
see the cable.
Yes.
It's been folded in some way.
So
yeah.
This cable. Yeah. So this cable.
Hey, be careful,
here
something
is actually
doesn't shock
supposed
you.
to be. Yeah, well, okay, thank you. It's supposed to be connected to the button that activates, because some of these lights are designed in such a way that the light does not automatically turn red, right? So because it's not a busy pedestrian area.
Yeah.
But when you as a pedestrian come here and you want to cross, you press it. You press this button here, and then after a few seconds, the light will turn for you, and it will stop the other lights and allow you to go, right? But it's not working. Yes. We've
David,
done expensive investments in these things. Yes.
David,
yes,
so just telling from how old or the cable is, or how dirty it is, does it give you a sense of how long, this has been the issue? Does it look like something that just happened?
Probably has. No. This light would have been off for years.
Yes?
This particular one would have been off for years. Yeah, easily years. This one here in the middle, though, I use this road quite often.
Yeah.
And I can say that at least for the last maybe 3-4 months, it has not been working.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm just asking.
I'm not sure if a nurse can tell us under whose jurisdiction these lights are, because it's not the police, but it's somebody else that is supposed to handle these lights.
We've already established that is the urban roads. Now what a nurse is even telling us is the studio is very disturbing. Because according to a nurse, the urban roads say that some of these traffic lights, especially the one at the Nima highway, is solar.
Yeah.
Solar powered, and so around this time that we are not getting a lot of sunlight, the batteries are weak, and so it looks like right now we just have to wait, especially with the Nima traffic lights, just to pray that it's sunny every day. Until then, this is the confusion that we are supposed to be enduring.
Well, I actually suspect that the problem is a little bit bigger than that, Frema, because solar power works based on daylight, not necessarily
sunlight.
active sunlight. It's daylight. It's
Okay.
daylight, right? So as soon as you wake up and it's daylight, the cells start charging the batteries. So I suspect that what's probably happening is that the batteries that are being charged are faulty or have stopped functioning.
Well, pretty
And
much that's
probably
the
what
case.
the issue is. Yeah, and so because the least bit of sunlight you get will start charging batteries. You know, so honestly, unless we're having a heavily overcast day all day long, we shouldn't be having this problem. You know, unless the batteries are spoiled or something is spoiled.
The side of the road that that does not have functioning traffic lights, you know, how long does it take drivers to figure out it's our turn? Do you see some kind of delay, you know, before they move?
Well, you see, everybody gets to the traffic light point and starts to look at what everybody else is doing, right? So if you don't have light on your side directing you, then you just have to look at what others are doing. And if everybody else has stopped, that is going to cross you, then you really, right? Except because there's no light that's saying it's green, it's time to go, or it's red, it's time to stop, right? So the one that we showed you earlier, so if you look at the cars that are turning now, they're turning in towards the Atlantis Radio Alisa Hotel area, right? You can see the vehicles that they're turning now, right? Now, for them, it's time to turn. And for those opposite them too, they are turning in towards Asylum Down, right? The light is green there, but the light that is next to it is off. So when it's their turn to go, or whether they should stop or go, they will not know. So all they have to do is to wait and hope. When they look at so people are going to cross now. A lady was just about to cross now, and she realized that people from the Alisa side are crossing, so she can't go, right? So it's guesswork. It's literally guesswork.
Yeah. Now, just mentioning the pedestrian who could not cross. How dangerous, you know, is this situation to pedestrians? You know, people walking, people who want to cross to the other side, because this is a very busy intersection.
For pedestrians, it's just guesswork. It's just guesswork. You just have to guess and keep your eyes open. Guess and keep your eyes open. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
guess. That's all it is. If you don't keep your eyes open, you know, a car will definitely knock you down. I mean, it's as bad as that.
Right, David. This is it, and we can only talk about it. And so this is the situation. Can somebody sue the urban roads? Can somebody sue the police MTTD? If you want to, as a citizen, if you want to take this up, who are you suing? What do you do?
These are agencies of the state. So if you are taking them to court, indirectly you are taking the state to court. So you can take the state to court for negligence. Maybe something happens to your car or yourself on this stretch. You can take the state to court.
But we have to wait for something to happen. As I sit here,
Things
can't I say that it is
Things
dangerous?
are always happening every day.
Yeah.
If we place our cameras there between now and, let's say, evening, definitely there will be an accident, a scratch. Somebody will hit the other's car. They will come down, look at their cars and decide that, okay, go and repair yours, let me go and repair mine. And nobody will take fault at the state for neglecting its duty and ensuring that these traffic lights work. For me, I don't think any excuse should be taken. If it's for a day, a week, 2 days, that's fine.
Yeah.
But for months,
years.
For years, that was what David said.
Yeah.
For months, I don't think we should take it.
But you know, sometimes you also see there's been an accident, then a traffic light was hit, you know, and then that is it. You see them hanging, you see them broken, and nothing really is done about that.
These state agencies, they work hand in hand.
Yeah.
If you go to the urban roads, they have a very big hall that is for monitoring.
Okay.
From, I think, Accra, through Circle, through the Achimota, Amasama route, urban routes have cameras fixed. So they monitor these routes. If you hit, even times when accidents happen, please MTTD will go to them for footage that they will use for their own things. Secondly, when you go to these major intersections, there are national security cameras installed at almost all these intersections. And they record the footage, they record the videos of what happened.
And what do they do with it?
That's why I'm surprised. When there's an accident and a car hits down any of these.
Yeah.
They are supposed to use the footage, the video, trace the car, arrest the person, let them pay for the damages. As to whether that is done or not, I don't know. But it is the responsibility of the state whether they are able to arrest the driver or not to replace these things.
No, I'm just thinking maybe this is to an extreme, but with all the calls to be extra vigilant, you know, terrorists are targeting Ghana, with all these things, there are little security issues, you know, that shouldn't be a problem at all. You know, like people, you know, citizens trying to fill potholes, slowing everybody down, like faulty traffic lights, you know, people coming in to help. What does all this mean to our security in this country?
That was what I said. When we fail in executing our responsibility, we breed lawlessness. And this is what I'm talking about. For instance, there's been a lot of talk about these young men who are at traffic lights, cleaning people's windscreen and all that.
Yeah.
We don't know where they come from. They come from our communities, but we don't know what they are up to.
Yeah.
If you want to take them off the street, then the traffic light is not working. If they were there for evil deeds or evil intent, and they decide that, okay, well, we are no longer going to clean windscreens or beg for money because we will be sacked, we will take advantage of the faulty traffic light, still be there with some branches of trees and pretend to be directing traffic. And we will still get to do what we wanted to do, cleaning people's windscreen. So I think neglecting our responsibility as a state in itself poses a danger to us, and it breeds lawlessness, which must not happen.
You know, on one of on the front page of one of the newspapers, I think right up here, I was saying something that the society is failing or has failed children. Now, a lot of Ghanaian children, you know, walk to school. Most of these children are crossing the streets, you know. Traffic lights are not working. So look at the situation at the where David is just the Cathedral. Exactly, you know, children are crossing the road. Even adults are finding it difficult. How do we, you know, explain this? How do we defend this as having children in mind as a society?
Just, I think a week ago in Ankara, 6 or 7 children were hit by a speeding vehicle. Unfortunately, 6 out of the 7 died. So we're talking about us failing the children and not putting proper structures in place. This is a clear example. And in most cases, when you see knockdowns being recorded on the road, a lot of them are always kids. And it's because we neglect most of these things. If we pass through the psychiatric hospital area, just around the Cathedral, when you are coming from around the, I think, GH1 towards the traffic light, there's this zebra crossing that comes out of the psychiatric hospital where the nurses and other people use. Take note of that place. Anytime you get there, people will come and park right on the zebra crossing. So if you are coming out of the hospital, you have to come and wait for some time before you can cross. So we need
try to maneuver, you know, through the vehicles.
And whilst at it, you don't know when the traffic light will turn green.
Because the Okadas are also coming. They are also not paying attention
Very
to traffic
dangerous. And
regulations.
they make their own roads in between cars, and that's even more deadly. So for me, I think whilst we talk about the bigger picture of neglect and all that, the basic thing of getting the traffic function is the responsibility of the urban roads. There are few of these traffic lights that are being managed by the highways, but they are just few, just a handful of them. And most of them, after they install them, they hand them over to the urban roads. I think urban roads must do its work, and they must do it now.
You know, it's so interesting how David is able to move from one location to the other. You know, I thought that he will find it difficult trying to locate faulty traffic lights. But it looks like in less than 5 minutes, he's at another spot where the traffic lights are not working.
It tells you the number of faulty traffic lights.
Absolutely, you know, and this is terrible. So if in the national capital, we are recording this number of faulty traffic lights, I'm sorry for the other people, you know. So David has moved to another location. Hi, David.
Hi, Frema. Hi, Anas.
So
I'm here at the Holy Spirit Cathedral traffic lights. And yet again, we have a little bit of a very interesting situation going on here. We have some traffic lights working, others are not working. And basically, what, again, just as what's happening at the Sunny FM traffic lights, is that when people come to the traffic light, they're going to have to guess whether it's their turn to go or not to go, right? So you can see to the traffic on my immediate right here, the lights are off. So if you are new and you've not used this road before and you get here and there's nothing showing you to stop, you just go, right? Then you'll find that sometimes you'll be standing here and then people will be hooting behind you because they've seen that the lights, it's fair game, let's go, right? So then you have to be smart enough to see whether anybody else is making a move or not, because some of the lights are working. So those whose lights are working, you are depending on them to then guide you to see whether it's your turn to go or not. And yet, all the different points have been lighted, have been lit. Now, come with me as we cross over. I want to go and show you what's happening on the other end as well.
Right.
Okay, so you can see here this light. This is the light that guides people from the ridge roundabout area towards towards Accra Central.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So
But
the
do you see-
oncoming traffic is coming from.
Is there any
Yes, go ahead.
MTTD official there to help?
No. There's nobody here. There's no one here.
So in effect, if your mathematics
There's
is
no-
bad, you are heading for doom.
You will have an accident. Yes, you will have an accident. If your mathematics is bad, you will have an accident. There's no two ways about that. And I am even quite amazed that we haven't recorded very serious accidents here so far. And maybe this is why the urban roads are also, sitting on their oars, because we haven't recorded any major.
They are waiting for
accidents,
disasters.
right? Yeah. So take a look at this. These lights here are not working.
Yeah.
These are the lights that are coming when you're coming all the way from from Accra Polytechnic area, Accra Technical University area, through to Asylum down.
Yeah.
Okay, these lights, all of them, none of them, not a single one is working. Not a single one is working. So these drivers who have stopped here are actually people who must use this place quite often. And so they are used to it. They know, they understand the protocol. When you get here and you see certain vehicles are moving, it means it's your time to stop. Not that the light is working, but they've stopped because they know that there will be a potential accident if they make a wrong move. Right? Now, I'm curious what will happen when somebody comes here and the person is coming to town for the first time, has never used this route before, is following Google Map and is driving through this area. What will happen here? It will not be sightly.
And also during rush hour, because the problem with Ghanaian drivers is the fact that everybody feels they have the right of way. So once there's no proper regulation, we are all moving. And it becomes survival of the fittest.
Absolutely. Exactly. It's very unfortunate. And in a few short minutes, about 20 minutes, we've just looked at 3 major intersections, major traffic lights, and you see all these problems that's going on. This morning there are reports from La Paz. From La Paz. The La Paz intersection, the lights are off.
And that'll be chaotic.
And it's not because of light off. It's because, yes, exactly. It's some of our staff have come from there this morning.
Anyway, David,
some of our staff,
Right, David, thank you very much.
So this is the situation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
I think you've painted a clearer picture to us this morning. And us, so this is it, so we have to deal with people harassing us on our roads for money, people actually knocking on your windows, roll down, give me money. And sometimes they get offended when you are not able to do so. If you give them an amount that they feel is too small to, you will encounter their wrath. We have to deal with potholes. Now we are also dealing with faulty traffic lights.
The worrying thing is when I called, or when I placed some calls to the headquarters, national headquarters, they were surprised that some of these traffic lights were not working.
So they don't know?
Because they hadn't received reports from the regional officers on this matter. So I think talking about it widely on TV this morning helps. Action must be taken.
If they don't know, it's another story altogether. Anyway, this is Breakfast Daily. We'll be right back.